Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy YouTube Blue coming back at you again, man. And it's Monday. Cowboys played their first preseason game of the year on Saturday night. This past Saturday night. I was gonna do this video yesterday, but I got real busy on Sunday, and I was actually busy today at work. But I work 10 hours a day, so I'm tired. I'm tired as hell. Ready to go to sleep again and start it all over again. But wanted to chat with you guys before we end up getting ready for our next preseason game against the LA Chargers. Just a few takeaways from the game. I would say the penalties just look like they just keep creeping back on the Dallas Cowboys. It's almost like they haven't done anything to correct those penalties. Now, you know, I know a lot of people going to come in here and say, oh, well, Tyler Smith is just getting these penalties like he did in college and things of that nature. Look, he's still a work in progress, but that boy is strong. He's holding his own out there. Yeah, he had a couple holding penalties called. One I don't agree with, but the other two that he had, I would say that, you know, it was on him. The other dude, the other guy, Collins or whatever, I forgot his first name. I almost thought Lyle was back on the team. I was like, Collins? But the other Collins that's there, he didn't really do no... he had some penalties as well. Josh Ball is like a goddamn saloon door. They just blowing by him, and I'm just like... And Josh Ball is supposed to be your swing tackle. No, he's not. I'll look at it like this. The bright spot on the offensive line, I guess when it comes to the young, unproven guys, I would say Isaac Alicorn, which is an international player. You know, those are the players that usually teams pick up and they just stay on the practice squad forever. They don't really become dynamic NFL players, you know what I mean? But this is what, now Alicorn's third year with the Dallas Cowboys, I believe. And, you know, all he's done was just try hard. His first year, you know, he was developing. Last year, he started showing some things. Now, this year, he held his own. When Josh Ball was getting pushed back, Isaac Alicorn came in there and basically took that brunt and didn't get beat. So maybe Isaac could be the swing tackle. I don't know. But, again, you know, I get it. He's going against the backups. But, I mean, he held his own. And you got to give him that credit. So, shout out to Isaac Alicorn for you know, being a Mexican guy from Monterrey, Mexico, you know, coming to the NFL and playing against these pros. You know what I'm saying? And actually, doing all right. He's not getting mauled like some people. So there were some bright spots outside the penalties. You look at the penalties, we had a total of 17, I believe, 17 or 19, something around that. So I stopped counting because I was just like, God damn it. And it seemed like our penalties always come on a big play. We get a big play downfield, and then it gets called back for a penalty. I'm not going to speak too much on the negative, but I will say that they got to get that fixed. Coach Mike McCarthy said himself that, look, you know, we know where we're at. We know what we got to do. We're going to fix this. And you said you was going to fix it last year, but you should have been starting to fix that this past offseason. So I don't know, you know, what the holdup is. We got a couple of weeks. I mean, our first game of the season is what, September 11th? We play on the 13th or something like that. So they need to get it done now. There's no time to be wasting. Because we were, last year, the most penalized team in the league. We don't want to do that again. You look at our defensive line. Our defensive line is going to be really strong. We know that Neville Gallimore got a lot of playing time with Quentin Bohanna back there. We had Terrell Basham and Dante Fowler. Dante Fowler has got to stop playing with his emotions. That's the only thing really negative I could say about Dante Fowler is that he plays with his emotions too much. Meaning, he doesn't know when to stop. So, you know, the difference between sacking a quarterback and roughing the passer type of thing. You know what I mean? you know when to be aggressive and know not to when to be aggressive. So just, you know, if you get what I'm saying. But outside of that, though, it looks like our defensive line has really been like, I mean, I know that it's the backups and I know, you know, it's preseason, but they only allowed 39 yards on the ground. When the last time we held a team like that, you know, preseason or not? So it looks like maybe we fixed some things on our defensive front that, you know, us stopping the run is a little better than it was last year, which, you know, is great because we was getting gashed for years. So hopefully that stopping the run thing is a good thing, that they fixed that. Simi Fehoko, shout out to him getting his first touchdown in a preseason, in this particular preseason game. And he said, basically, he said to Ben DiNucci and Cooper Rush to, hey, you know, when you guys are on the field and I'm on the field with you guys, throw me the ball more. You know, he said it was a confidence booster for him, you know, finally getting his first touchdown and, you know what I mean? And, like, he was running some crisp routes, and he's been doing well in training camp. So, shout out to Simi Fehoko for stepping up, man. And he only had 2 targets. He caught both passes that was thrown to him. One was a touchdown. Jalen Tolbert had 3 passes thrown to him. One of them he dropped. He caught the 2 other. Our backup running backs were doing pretty well out there, barring some of their runs being called back because of the penalties on the offensive line and so far. So you know, but we'll see what happens with that. The Cowboys did cut down. They cut 5 players. I forgot which 5 they were, but they were kind of more of the more insignificant players and things like that. So they caught it a day ahead of the cut down. They probably already knew who they wanted to cut down, so they was like, all right, this is where we're going. Deron Bland, shout out to Deron Bland. Deron Bland was out there playing good coverage, really good coverage. He had a total of 5 individual tackles out there, but I'm gonna tell you, like, he was playing back there like as if he was veteran. He was looking a little veteran-ish out there. I think our secondary is going to be really good this year too. So I'm not even worried about the defense. I'm not worried about it. I know that, you know, our defensive line is going to do their job. Our DBs are going to do their job. Some of you guys been giving Anthony Brown the blues, but he's been playing pretty well these last 2 seasons, so you got to give him his just due, because I know I will. Trayvon Diggs, shout out to him for, you know, not retaliating and acting like a child when people were, you know, making fun of you about getting burnt by Simi Fehoko, even though we know he did, and we know he let off. He wasn't even playing coverage that hard. I get it, because that was what the drill was made for, but people don't get that. But I will say that it's refreshing to see that it seems like our defense is going to now be our thing, because we know that defense wins championships. So with that being said, it goes back to the narrative of what are the Cowboys going to do going forward with this offense and fixing these penalties. That's the main thing. I still think they need to go out and get a wide receiver, whether it be Will Fuller, whether it be T.Y. Hilton. I wish people would shut up about Odell Beckham, because he's still coming off of an injury. He can't even play right now. He can't do nothing for you till at least November. You might as well wait for Gallup and James Washington if you're going to do all that. But I'm just saying. I just believe that we need to do something to get these guys, to get another veteran in here. You just need somebody, because they're going to bracket the hell out of CeeDee Lamb. I don't care how good CeeDee Lamb is, how good he is. If he's going to get double teamed and bracketed, then the quarterback's not going to get him the ball. It's going to be an interception every time. So you got to kind of, like, I don't know, do some tomfoolery. But in the end all be all, outside the penalties and a little worried about this offensive line, if they can get that in order and figure some things out with the offensive line and maybe get another wide receiver in here, I'm cool with it. But I know the defense is going to shine, so they're going to shine like we did in the 90s. So with that being said, y'all, let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy E2 Blue. Have a great Monday.